Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Please?
Hi, welcome back. Yes, the smooth operator making a big move on our Mavis was in fact Norris in a previous life. Now, it's not just Malcolm Hebden who started his career in the street playing a walk-on role, only to return years later as a completely different character. In fact, some of the most important residents of Coronation Street got their first break playing other roles in Corrie. So you may recognise some of their faces, but do you remember the characters they played?
Oi, Mush, want a word with you? You're supposed to deliver papers, right?
What do you think this is? A crisp bag or something?
And you get paid for it, right?
If you call it that.
Right, well, in future, deliver them, don't sling them.
I don't even know you. I work for her.
In a tunnel. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now in the main cabin. As you can see, the miners continued digging on the far side, and it was they who built the floor on which you're now standing. At this point, we are 850 feet below the ground level. This does not, of course, mean we've been sailing downhill. Merely we've been penetrating deeper into the mountain. The ground has been rising above us.
How'd you get on, love?
Could have saved me bus fare. They said they'd let me know, which means thanks, but no thanks.
This is Terry. Terry Duckworth. Terry, Linda, my wife.
Linda?
Terry's an old mate of mine from the army. When you knew who your real mates were, Eto.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bet. I shall attend to,
Wendy Farmer.
Good love.
I take it you've come about the advert I placed in Martin's paper shop window.
Yes, I have.
And you're interested in the room I have to rent?
Well, yes, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
No, of course not. I might say you're exactly what I'm looking for.
And what are you looking for?
A lodger.
And I'm looking for a room. I'm a nurse at Weatherfield General.
Oh, you're a nurse, eh? It'll be great if we ever get confined to bed.
Here's a rare sight. Annie Walker in a police station, but who's the hardened criminal with her?
You're going about it the wrong road, love. This lady isn't with me. Watch Maggie Monks. Here, 49. Tell your gaffer to get his finger out. We're not all got Bobby's jobs.
Do you know, who'd have thought that a drunken shoplifter, Maggie Monks, would have returned more than 7 years later as Deirdre's interfering old mum, Blanche? Now, also in that clip, we saw the very first licensee of the Rovers, the unforgettable Annie Walker. In fact, everyone who's ever worked behind the bar of the Rovers has become a national icon. And my next two guests are no exception. While one's seen all the comings and goings at the Rovers for the past 30 years, the other's brought the most famous pub in Britain into the new millennium. Please welcome Betty Driver, MBE, and Denise Welch. So, Betty, MBE, so how does this work now? Do I bow? Do I curtsy?
No,
Do you ask the questions? How does it work?
It doesn't matter, don't worry. Everything's all right. Everyone says, should I curtsy? Say, well, you can if you want, but it doesn't matter.
Makes you feel better. Now, listen, you both made your names before Coronation Street.
Oh, yeah.
But, Betty, you've been a star for about 60 years now. I mean, how did it all start for you?
Well, I'm 80 now, and I started on the stage when I was 9, and I had a very ambitious mother who, oh, God, I didn't want to be on the stage, but she loved it, so
Now, we found one of your earliest film roles in Penny Paradise.
Oh,
why is this so special? Why is this so special to you?
Well, it was the first film that I'd ever made. I mean, I was very, very nervous. I was only 17, and I was quite nervous at doing it. I was working in a theatre in the East End of London in Variety, and Basil Dean, who put all these big films on in those days, came to see me at the theatre there, and I thought he'd come to see Norman Evans. And Norman was saying, oh, he said, Basil Dean's in front. He said, that means I'm going to go into films, you know. I said, oh, lovely, how lovely for you. He said, yes, anyway. I thought, well, I did my best, did my act, and then came off. And afterwards, Basil Dean came round and said, would you like to make a film? I thought he was joking. I said, you what? He said, would you like to make a film? I said, well, yeah, lovely. Grand. So he gave me a contract and I did make this film. I was terrified at the beginning because we made it at Ealing Studios, which was gorgeous. Had a lovely time there. And that's how that's how I started making films. I just loved it. It was wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, Betty Driver in full voice. In full voice. Have a look at this. This is marvellous.
Never let it get you down. Say to yourself, I'm quite okay. I'll be on top for another day. Stick out your chin and smile. Don't ever let me see you frown. Frowning is never good for you. There's only one thing you must do. You gotta stick out your chin and smile. Oh me, oh my, there's a sun up in the sky. Please tell me why. Is there any reason to sit and die? I'll never let it get you down. Step up and sing a song with me. And if you jog along with me, you gotta stick out your chin, stick out your chin, stick out your chin and smile.
Magnificent.
God. She sings like that when she's cleaning glasses.
No, I don't.
There's always a song when she's got her tea towel out.
No, I don't. It's all gone now, I'm too old. I'll leave it to the glamour kids.
Oh, yeah.
The original Madonna.
Certainly.
Yeah, of course.
Certainly. I don't know where that little tiny voice came from. I've never heard such a funny voice in my life. It's so high up, isn't it? I mean,
It's great for me watching that, though, because just a few months ago I read Betty's autobiography when I was on holiday, so now I can sort of place everything. Do you know what I mean? I remember.
Now, Denise, people remember you from shows like Spender and Soldier, Soldier, but I found your very first TV appearance. Do you remember it?
If it's the Barriers one, that'll be the one, because I had a crush on the lead guy, I remember, really sadly. And I'd done a couple of scenes in it, and I was sort of walking along the corridor afterwards, assuming that obviously he knew who I was because I just worked with him, and he asked me to go to his dressing room, and I thought, fantastic. And it was only after a very uncomfortable silence when I got in there that I realised that he thought I was the makeup girl.
oh, charming.
Story of my life.
Oh,
Have a look at this.
Okay. And you are?
Billy. Just call me Billy.
Billy? That's a bit intimate, isn't it?
Yeah. Would you like to go to a concert one night?
Oh, I might hold you to that. There's a barbershop festival coming up.
Terrific.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, Janet.
Now you mention it, I'm sure I have met you somewhere.
We'll work it out. I'll hear from you.
Bye. I looked about 47 on that clip. That lovely red chiffon blouse.
Wonderful. You look gorgeous.
She did.
Of course you did.
Betty, you've had your first share of fellas on screen over the years.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not a lot of very glamorous ones, though. I think my first fella in Penny Paradise was a little chap called Jimmy O'Day. I mean, he came up to here on me. He was like a little elf. That was my first. I can't remember any of the others. There's so many of them.
Tell them your real-life ones.
Yeah. Well, this is Betty at her flirtatious best. Take a look at this.
Really? Go on, then.
Hey, Betty! Betty!
Hello, Dad. So you got your Boy Scout with you?
Still lovely, Betty.
Ah, you're selfish. Why don't you give Shirley Temple half of it? I'll be with you in a minute, Dad.
That's stuff.
You win.
Betty spoiled it.
Ah, you spoiled it yourself. What's new?
We're thirsty.
Ah, well, that's nothing new for you, Pat.
I ordered tripe.
Well, fish is better for your figure.
Why was the voice so hard?
I don't know. It was just youth, I don't know. Maybe just being very young, I don't know.
Now, Denise, we've got a clip here involving you and your real-life husband, Tim Healy, who's with us tonight. Why is this clip so special to you?
The clip is special because I had recently married Tim, and I was pregnant with with my son Matthew, and Tim was doing a series called A Kind of Living with Francis de la Tour and Richard Griffiths. So I was asked to play his sort of paramour for this particular episode. So it's kind of the only thing really that Tim, Matthew and I have actually been in together, because I was pregnant with little wee Matthew.
Oh, lovely.
Have you seen this before?
Well, I think we should see it. Here it is.
I never travel without my diary.
So,
Once you always have something sensational to read on the train.
Brian,
Will you stop hitting me like that?
I know I'm not much of a catch, and I know I've asked you before, but one more time, right? Will you marry me?
don't do it, Jane.
Listen to her, do it.
No, you'll regret it.
Jane?
I'm sorry, Brian.
Now look what you've done.
But why?
Look, it's not just because he's thick, you know. I mean, he's ever so good with his hands.
Will you stop talking about Brian like
It's
that?
got nothing to do with Brian, Trevor.
Well, what is it then?
I don't want to be rude, Brian.
Well, you can't just leave me like this.
I don't want to end up like them.
Darling, can we just discuss our hair on that particular clip?
Tim's actually been in the street, though, hasn't he?
He has. In fact, when I first joined, he told me, because his mother was a huge fan, and in fact, Betty's greatest fan. She's sadly no longer with us. She wouldn't go on holiday for more than a week in case she missed it. But he played a bingo caller in the 70s, and Darren Little, our archivist, actually hunted it out for me. So I've seen that clip with a top curly perm in that, didn't you, darling?
Well, for those that haven't seen it, take a look at this.
Number 8.
Number 8.
2 and 3, 23.
2 green.
4 and 6, 46.
4 6. 58 is not being called, it's a false call everyone.
False call. Wash your ears out, Rover.
And we're still looking for that one.
I could have sworn he said 58.
Now, Betty, it's been a lifetime of movies and cabaret and, of course, the world's best soap. But in your early days, you know, you did the odd commercial here and there.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I did a commercial for soap powder.
Mrs. Blunt?
Mrs. Blunt, in an Oxidol soap powder.
They don't make Oxidol anymore, do they, Bessie?
No, no. Well, I joined the company, you see, so they took it off the market.
Listen, for the first time in 40 years, we're going to show it right now. Here it is.
You're joking.
Take us across, missus.
Oh, go on. How's your new job? Fine, but for this white coat I have to wear. White? Fat chance of getting it white with all the soot around here.
Ah, shame. Never mind, I've got just the thing for off-white wardens.
New Oxidol.
It's got a special new bleach, see?
How will that help, then?
Help? You can't get things white round here without Oxidol's bleach.
Happen I'll buy some for my next wash.
Happen you won't. You have that. And use it.
Mrs. Blunt, you're a marvel. You were right about new Oxidol. I've never had such a whitewash.
Here, let's see how your white coat looks. Hey, it's smashing. Ooh. Here, stop the traffic. Hey, you're running in a top hat and you're a snowman.
Oh, dear.
40 years ago.
I know.
Do you remember what you got paid for that?
No, wasn't a lot. Not like today.
Oh, listen, weren't they great, everybody? Say thank you to Betty Driver and Denise Welch. Come on. Coronation Street has always been renowned for its fabulous women. Women who are both strong and sexy. Take a look at this lineup, starting with the woman who really kicked it all off, the magnificent Pat Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do for a living, Chuck? I mean, apart from offering home comforts to the James Fraser Empire during the dinner time.
Well, I'm resting at present, between engagements.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Well, you've no need to be, honestly. I don't mind at all.
I believe you, Chuck, I believe you.
All right, girls, wait.
Yes, we've just been enjoying some girlish confidences, haven't we, girls?
Same again?
No, not for me, thanks, Jimmy. I have to be off.
Oh, so soon?
Well, there's something about the atmosphere in here today puts me off.
Yes, it is a little too close for comfort, isn't it?
See ya.
Oh, meow.
Look, you don't understand. Living in this house is like living at 10 Downing Street. There's folk outside reporting every coming and going.
I'll get in, as quiet as a mouse. I won't bring me things till last minute. I don't do my last act till 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, come on, kid.
These things always look simple, but it's always me who gets thumped in the end.
Oh, come on, kid. Our kid.
Oh, I just haven't got the talent for this sort of thing. It always turns to dust in me hand.
Good evening, sir. My name is Cindy, and tonight I'm your personal waitress.
Well, where's Gloria, then? She said to sit here.
Oh, this is one of hers when she's home, but we done a swap. I'm doing hers tonight, she's doing mine tomorrow.
Could have got a bad deal there, girl.
How do you mean?
Well, tomorrow never comes.
What do you want to drink? Here, you'll have to have something to drink, or else I'll get yelled at.
Recognise the fitness guru who's just enjoyed a good workout?
Note.
You ever, you know, before?
Yeah. Of course I have. Lots of times.
He's out today.
And I suppose you have special instructions from Mr. Simpson to do your nails.
I can't slug all the time.
And now, sadly, it's time to call last orders in this special Coronation Street edition of The Way They Were. And we finish with a collection of classic street moments. Now, if you were to ask anyone in the country which character personifies Coronation Street, I'm pretty sure they'd all agree that it's this next great lady. Here she is in her very first appearance, minus the famous hairnet.
Oh, you're from Esmeralda Street, aren't you?
Yes, that's right.
Thought so. And weren't you on the bar at the Farrier for donkey's years?
I was there a tidy while.
Got any kids?
No, no, I
Oh,
haven't.
you're better off without them. A bottle of bleach. They're more bother than they're worth. Esmeralda Street, eh? Very bay window down there, aren't they? Oh, well, you find it very different up here. There's some very funny people in this street. You come across a Mrs. Tanner yet?
I can't say I have.
You will. You want to watch her? She's a bad 'un.
Who's applying for work as a stripper?
What's in your advert?
But I'm looking for girls.
Didn't say that in the advert.
Well, I'm not allowed to, damn it.
I'm a bouncer and I don't like my job. I like people and I want people to like me because I'm very sensitive. All I ever do is fling them out into the street and they don't like me. And I don't blame them, so I want to change. I hope you don't intend turning me down on grounds of sex.
No, look, we're reasonable people. This is England.
Tell you what, if you give us £50 to be on standby for a week, we'll say no more about it, you'll never see me again.
This is absolutely outrageous and disgusting. Here's your 50 quid.
You won't believe who's working at a burger bar.
4 quad pounders, 4 Big Macs, 8 large fries and 8 Cokes. That's 25.44, please.
The little boy's not one for cereal.
Oh, well, them late down will just have to make do with prunes.
Do you mean to say that a fella on his honeymoon has got to make do with just prunes?
Oh, it's not us.
First date down got scrambled eggs. Prunes will last out while they last out, and God himself knows what latecomers will keep the strength upon. I'd sent Lad up to tip him off if I were you.
I've been. He sleeps in his vest. Yes, we'll have the prunes.
Word of warning, this is not for the squeamish. That's it. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm off to the Rovers now for a swift pint and a helping of Betty's delicious hot pot. But before we go, I must say a huge thank you to all my guests tonight. It's the country's favourite soap, and long may it continue. I'm Steve Penk. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.